Welcome to Red Dot Rondo, a feature by Backpass. And this is a feature that showcases amateur grassroots football in Singapore. And in this episode, we are going to interview fan clubs. It's a bit special to me because these are fan clubs playing in the fan club league that I organize. So I know these gentlemen quite well. So let me introduce each and every one of them. Starting from the left, we'll go with Stan, representing Paris Saint-Germain, Singapore. How are you doing,
Hi
Stan?
everyone. I'm good, thank you. Thank you for the invitation and hi everyone and happy to speak about the fan club.
All right, nice, Stan. Next up, we got Gibson Kwa from The Crew, representing Lion City Sailors in the Singapore Premier League. How are you doing, Gibson?
Good to have you. Thank you, Ras, for the invite.
Welcome. And next to him, we've got Davin from Lightning Tigers, also representing a Singapore Premier League club, Balestier Khalsa. How are you doing, Davin?
I'm good. Good evening. Thanks for the invite.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. And now we've got Narin. Narin represents Team MUS Devils, representing Manchester United from, of course, the English Premier League. How are you doing, Narin?
I'm good. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me in here. Can you hear me?
How good are you
Yeah,
doing,
can.
Naren? Are you doing as good as your team?
Let's not get there.
I get that very often nowadays. even Ras messaged me regarding that.
I love messaging you guys about menu nowadays.
Wait. We still got one more person left.
Yes, Milano.
Yeah, to round it up, we've got Michael, aka Mike, representing Milan Club Singapore, who are fans of AC Milan in Serie A. How are you doing, Mike?
Yeah, hi guys, hi everyone. I'm doing very well. Just one shout out for the menu team in the D2D League. Congrats for this season. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you guys.
At least some positive thing out of Manchester United.
Well, Gibson talked about Manchester United. I hope, Mike, you are feeling all right today after what happened this morning to Milan.
Yeah, I had a very good sleep. I woke up this morning and I started like sweating like, what the f-? Yeah, that was my day.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. First of all, I just need to get each and every one of you to share about your fan clubs. Tell us about the history. Tell us when it got started, why it was started, and yeah, that's about it, So let's go start with Stan first.
Okay, regarding the PSG fan club, so it started a few years ago in 2018. So just to give you the genesis, how it's worked and how it's happened, the PSG team was part of the ICC tournament. You remember?
Yeah.
And they was looking for the footprint of the fan club all around the world, and they realized in Singapore they don't have yet a strong presence. So that's why they contacted us, because it was already here and a fan of PSG, to organize and structure more to make it a kind of official fan club from PSG, as we have all around the world. And that when it started in 2018, and since this time now we are more than 100 members, and we are on your league since many years. I guess we will speak about that later, but when it started is when the PSG came to Singapore in 2018.
So you were saying PSG contacted someone. Who did they contact first?
Contacted Romain.
Romain.
Yes, contacted Romain, but we have also a huge footprint all around the world, so they already have some kind of structure way of developing the fan club, and that it was the beginning, and now we put our own local touch on it since few years.
Okay, all right. Gibson, yourself, when was the crew founded?
I mean, the crew was founded in 2020 along the club lah. As you can see, it was actually an extension of the previous Home United football club, and my good friend Eddie Hirono, who is very prominent in local football, actually continued as his role as one of he was the president of the Home United Fan Club Association, And later on, when they transited into Forest Lee took over and rebranded as Lion City Sailors, then they took on the new role as the crew. So the crew predominantly comprises of a lot of passionate fans, local fans who always turn up at the LCS games, sometimes traveling overseas as well for the Asian Champions League games, and they have all sorts of activities as well. Sometimes we have activities in the LCS training center at Mata Road, which is really excellent. So we're very blessed that LCS has been very welcoming of the crew as well. So very often we have invites to join up in the league. Yeah, have some fundraising charity leagues. We also uh, are invited for some of their events, their fan events, and most recently, they also have this community social football initiatives whereby social teams are affiliated with LCS are invited to play in their academy grounds, their training grounds. So I think it's really excellent that local football actually has such initiatives to engage the fans. So I mean, without being biased, I think it's one of the best that local football has to offer, and that makes me very proud to be a fan as well.
All right. Now, Davin, you're also part of a local fan club.
Yep.
Tell us about Lightning Tigers. How did that name come about in the first place?
Lightning Tigers came about from a group of us that went to watch the Balestier games back when COVID started to ease up. Of course, with the safe distancing rules and all that. So every game we will have more and more friends coming to watch. 10 people, 15 people. Then from there we decided to have a futsal team, casual futsal team.
Okay.
As the weeks go by, the months go by, more and more people came to watch the games. That's when we decided, you know what? That's where we heard about your league actually. I think it was Elvin Golan who heard about it. That's when we spoke to Davin from Balestier. And that's how Lightning Tigers came about. Okay. I mean, we have Balestier Khalsa has been very welcoming as well. They invited us for their international series where we played before their home game. So yeah, that's how we started about back in 2022.
Is it founded by Elvin Golan?
There's a few of them. Elvin Golan. There is also Jasdeep Kang, and then our most loyal supporter, Hasewak Singh Kang. And yeah, and these were the main group of people. Good Sevak as well. Yeah. Okay. So they were the guys that started this whole thing of having Lightning Tigers come into the D2D League.
All right. Nice. Naren, yours is a bit different. You're probably not really an official fan club, but you're a collection of United fans, that I know. So tell us about your the formation of your fan club.
Actually, we started off as U4U, United for United Fan Club, which is the official fan club in Singapore. And then I think we played quite a number of seasons, almost 7 to 8 seasons under U4U at the fan club. And then it came to a point that U4U, I mean, honestly, they didn't have funds to help us with this journey in our fan club. So we had to get external sponsors for our United team. We still use the U4U name. Then eventually we know that we are no more linked with U4U, and we had to change the logo and all that because they are actually using that name for other teams. They play 11-a-side and other teams. So I spoke with the chairman of U4U, and then we decided, okay, never mind, we will change the name to MUS Devils, which is Man United Singapore Devils lah.
Okay, so MUS stands for Manchester United Singapore.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we started in 2022, and we didn't join the fan club then. We were playing at the open league. We play 6-a-side and 11-a-side. Then eventually, after we did some tinkering with the players
Yes.
and all that, then get the go ahead from D2D organization, and we are back at fan club.
Yes.
So that's
Very
about it
well
so
done,
far
I
now.
must say. A lot of credit to you for that tinkering. We'll
Yeah,
get to
I mean,
that point as well later on in the show.
yeah. So for now, we play futsal and lemna side. That's
Oh.
about it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mike, finally yours. Milan Club, Singapore. How did that
Yeah,
come about?
so actually Milan Club Singapore was founded by Mael and Basil, if you may know.
Yeah.
Two local dudes, yeah. They started with a passion for the team. Without bragging on, I mean, obviously Milan has a lot of charm, if you want to say, especially back in the days. They started to play occasionally in the mid-20s, 2010s, sorry, not mid-20s, 2010s. And they were one of the team, obviously, as you may know, one of the very first team who joined the D2D Fan Club League. Unfortunately, very difficult, like we have a very big community of Milan fan, but not many of the the fan can actually play futsal. It's just like
Armchair fans.
watching. Yes, exactly. Like more like watching than playing. Yeah, as you may remember, they dropped out around 2018 or 19, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we joined back again after that thing with the sea that I don't like to speak about anymore in 2020. And yeah, since the D2D League restarted, the team has joined pretty much all the seasons, I guess. And yeah, and here we are right now, pretty much.
Okay. Now the next question, I'll start with you, Mike.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you face forming a team to play?
It's like anything here, like it's a city, right? It's a business city. Everybody works, everybody has family, luckily, and commitments. That's what is the biggest challenge, to be honest. Getting people together, and at the same time, all of us has different work. Some people work office hour, some people work night shift, some people work. This is the biggest challenge, to be honest, for us right now, to make sure that everybody can meet up. And it's no secret that mostly we play only on Mondays, because we know that Monday evening is a commitment, right? So we put all of our effort to try to be there and play the league. But honestly speaking, for us, it's very challenging to, outside of Monday, find time together. 20 players, so 10 players, and just play, for fun and do some like kickabout or anything like that.
Okay. And how do you overcome these challenges?
How do we overcome? we just meet on Monday, and we try to have as much as fun as possible.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah, competition, the eager to win, the anger to win, it's there. But especially like lately, I guess we just try to get together and get the fun out of it more than the win out of it. Obviously, win is an important part, but yeah, whatever. Just chill, have fun.
All right. And is the challenge the same for all the other teams?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I will add something, because there is also the fact people are also traveling in our case for work and for leisure. So it's also sometimes challenging. And an additional one is people get injured. Okay, so I'm thinking about some of our team member like Martin, Thomas, or Nassim recently, and that obviously impact our team, because we want really to have players who are PSG fan within our team. So it's also a commitment on Monday, as you mentioned, Michael, and then, yes, in the workload, the family schedule, the traveling, and the injuries, that is all creating some difficulty and challenge. But so far, we always overcome that, and we're able to bring your team to play. So that is what is a big challenge for us.
Okay. Gibson, Naren, and Darwin, you have anything to add?
Yeah. I mean, like, I think so far, I think playing the league has been great. I think Russ, you have been as a very helpful with us managing the team list, because sometimes we aren't always able to get players that are in our roster. So we always have to ensure that we reach out and recruit players who are fans. And we also see it as a form of outreach, lah, because we represent a fan club. So that has been great, you see, because as you know, SPL clubs, we suffer from a lack of outreach also. So playing in this league has enabled the crew as a fan club to actually gain new fans. So people who have no SPL experience or just don't really follow, just by virtue of being introduced to our fan club futsal team, they start to have an attachment towards LCS, which we find very, very positive. And as I've discussed with Eddie previously, this is also one way of growing the fan base, one small way of growing the fan base and getting people involved in grassroots football.
Yeah, Darwin, this is the same question I got to ask you as well. Do you see your fan club now growing, more Ballistic Alsa fans coming about? Because I see in the stadiums, I mean, I go for Ballistic Alsa games as well. So I see the number of fans have increased as well in the stadiums.
Yeah, I would say yes, but the main thing is getting them to commit. I think the most important thing is getting people to find time on a Monday night, to come down and play, spare 2-3 hours at a time, including traveling. I think that's the biggest challenge I think almost everybody is facing. But slowly, maybe you get more people in.
Okay. Darren, you represent a fan club that is very popular in Singapore. It's certainly one of the most popular clubs to support in Singapore. Do you face this kind of challenges? Now as well, of course. It still is. It's either United or Liverpool.
Yeah, you are. I mean, doesn't matter how they're performing now. I think the fan base is still there. So, for me, I don't get the problem of uh, getting players, but I always have the issue of commitment to having the same players all the time. So I make sure the players who come always come every week. So I mean the guys are this batch are doing well, so and they are committed also. So that is a good thing with that. And when we have 11 aside, we have 20 over players turn up for games, and then we can like field two teams for our friendly. So getting players is not the issue, and especially when United is playing so bad in the weekends, right? All the frustrations are coming out on the Monday game. So maybe if United play better, then we won't be so doing so well in Monday lah. But yeah, it's I mean, jokes aside, our fan base, I think the players are the commitment is still there lah. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think another thing about commitment, right, is actually the quality of the players, because I realized that playing in the leagues demands a lot technically, and physically as well in terms of stamina and everything. So what we notice is that if you bring in players and try them for like, even 5 minutes, right, they may be badly exposed because the standard of the league is actually pretty high. After
That's right.
so many seasons, if you have somebody who's a little off the pace, right, the team will suffer tremendously. And this is like you only need one player who's out of position, for example, then you'll be hit with a number of goals already. So, to build a team that's committed of the right playing standard is extremely difficult.
Okay. That is that's true. That's true, especially for fan clubs that, lack numbers as well of true fans of that club. And I get the point also of getting new is also a form of outreach where you try and recruit new members through this involvement. Because sometimes, I guess looking in from the outside, I want to join a fan club, for example. Okay, not just me lah. someone else who wants to join a fan club. Looking in, they might want to see what activities does that fan club do. What are the activities? If it's just a simple, you only all you do is viewing of matches, then the person can say, I can even do that at home. If it's a team like, far, far away, for local teams, I can also just get down to the stadium. I can just watch it alone. If some people, especially locals, they don't tend to be very vocal in the stadium to be cheering and singing. I know the LCS fans are really vocal when they come for their matches. They've got drums, they got the flags, and they try and create quite an atmosphere. But generally, people don't have that. So one other way is, of course, uh, having a team that plays football or futsal or five-a-side or whichever form of the game it is. So I think that's another way for you to attract new players and new members to the fan club. So now let's talk about the fan club or playing in the fan club league. What was it like? Okay, let me first, before that, give you the history of this fan club. It was formed in 2017. So, like Michael mentioned, Milan was one of the early members of the league. And in those, when we founded it in November 2017, we only had 4 teams in the league. Milan was one of them. The inaugural champions were actually Chelsea fan club. And so it was founded because I had someone from Broadside who played in my league, on one of my Thursday leagues. It's an Italian guy called Filippo Fanin. So he was he was a bit high up in Broadside. So they were looking to market their brand, and then they thought, let's sponsor a league. So he brought that idea to me, and then I thought, okay, let's do a fan club league, because the English Premier League fan clubs had already got a league going. There's an 11-a-side league. They had already got this niche group run by a committee of English Premier League fan club leaders. So they ran that league on their own. And then I got to know, of course, I'm a Serie A fan. So I got to know of other Italian fan clubs. So I know that there are other Italian fan clubs. And I was always curious to know if there were actually local um, fan clubs. So I was always curious to know that, and slowly, so I thought, let's just piece all this together. Let's get all the fan clubs to get to know each other. And my idea when I formed the league is never to be like the best fan club league or the best league in Singapore, so highly competitive and of very high level. It's never not my idea at all. My idea is always first on friendship and camaraderie and getting to know each other, all the good lovey-dovey mushy stuff. So that's my idea. But then of course slowly it's evolved along the way. We had so many teams. From the first season itself, we had an issue with one of the fan clubs. Unfortunately, it had to be the fan club of a club I support, and I had to unfortunately blacklist them out from the league. It's not always the case of the entire fan club. There are always just certain members. Naren would know about it. There will be certain members that cause a bit of a ruckus, and then I got to put them out of the league until these members are out. So that was from the first season itself, and then slowly we grew, and we had in the early days we had quite a number of German fan clubs. We had Bayern Munich was represented, Borussia Dortmund, Stuttgart as well. And I think that was more or less as long as Broadside was the title sponsors. Then came the French fan clubs. I think Paris Saint-Germain was one of the first. They were the first, and then later post-COVID came Lyon, Marseille. Along the way, there was one local fan club that was formed to support Ajax Amsterdam, and they really went all out to support Ajax Amsterdam, following their results. That was during Erik ten Hag's time at Ajax, and they really went all out. Unfortunately, I think life got in the way, and they've disintegrated. So yeah, along the way we've had that. I remember along the way, I think Naren would remember as well. I think Liverpool was also part of the fan club, and Liverpool and United had an intense rivalry. Liverpool won the first season they took part in the league, United won the following season, and then for some reason Liverpool just vanished. They never replied, never texted back, no contact at all. So which is a sad thing because Liverpool is one of the biggest fan clubs in Singapore. And for me, you talk about challenges. I face this challenge where there are so many fan clubs also in Singapore. A lot of English Premier League fan clubs in Singapore, but when you approach them to join the league, you always get like, oh, okay, no, we don't have enough members, we don't have enough commitment. And like they have so many members in that fan club. It can't be all of them are just armchair fans. So it's puzzling. And so that's how the league has progressed over the years. And I'm very pleased that we have SPL fan clubs that have joined us, especially post COVID. The Crew, Geylang, Hougang, Ballistic Khalsa all represented. Hopefully more fan clubs come on board. Albirex and whoever else. Actually, there's only Albirex here. There you go, Geylang. And that's something nice. Like Michael, you're from the Milan fan club. You got to know of Geylang fan club, and then you went to support Geylang. You became a Geylang fan. That's a fantastic story. Maybe Michael, you want to share about that? How that come about?
Okay, so the thing came about. It's very, very funny, I would say. The story is when I used to play football back in Italy. I've been playing all my life for amateur league, but competitive in a way, like a proper league. And the color of my team, it was like actually green, black, and white.
Okay.
So that's how I got the link. Simply for that. And then I got to know Rishi, as you guys know, like one of the founder of the Geylang supporters. Yeah, Ultras Eagles. And he just so randomly say like, hey, if you have nothing to do, come and watch the match with us. And yeah, I went there and we just sat together before the match, chit chat, have a few beers, go inside, watch the match, and out again. So the thing that to me is really impressive about Singapore is, first of all, is the action is right in front of you. Okay, so coming from the background, I've been doing many season in San Siro where like seasonal ticket and so on. You're not as close. Like professional player outside of in a higher league, very posh. Like they don't speak to you. They like you're just a number. But here, actually, like going outside the how you call it, the fitting room, the changing room, and they just come out and shake hands with you and have a chit chat. Obviously, the level is different, but the connection with the players, I think, is amazing. This is what I really love about here. And it's not here, but you guys all know Hakim from Tampines. I follow him. He was now in Bali just to follow Mitrovic, which is one of the former players of Tampines, and they're still friends. So to me, this is amazing. It's something that makes a difference from Singapore to, the rest of the country I've been, to be honest.
Okay. Stan, your fan club, I think, is mostly French. Have you all had the opportunity to go and watch a local league game?
Yeah, actually, we are also invited by Geylang International. I guess we want to expand and using our European vibe in the stadium. But yes, we've been in touch with them. Yes, of course, another French guy. But we've been in touch with them. We've been invited regular time for the game, and we've been attending few games also. So yes, actually, it's a pleasure to be part of the local football, and even when we can, we go also to see the national team on the national stadium because we love football overall. So the most important is, of course, support our team, but supporting our team at 4 a.m. for the football game, it's important for us. But as we love football, living the live experience of football with the S League, but also the national team, we love that. So yes, for sure, we are part as much as we can to some event, to some games when we can. And our members, you're right, are I will say almost 100% French. It's true. It's part of the identity of the fan club. Is also why it's for us the presence in the league since 2019, as you mentioned, and we are here consistently because for our member is also proud to represent the team, the PSG team here in Singapore. And but they are still very aware about what's happening here locally, and not only the league but also the football in general.
Okay, on that note also, of course, PSG has their following has increased. I mean, especially the viewership, I would say, because they're more successful. They've been more successful, the most successful French club in recent times. I wouldn't say all time, all time, but in recent times, of course, they've got many star players have joined them and all that. Has there been any local fans that have come forward to join your fan club?
Yes, some of them arrive at a specific period when it was the peak of Neymar and Messi, I will say. But they really understood the difference between how we support football in the PSG fan club. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, it's just different way of following football. For us, most of the members, they was here before the money, to be honest. If you look about my case, I'm fan of PSG since 1995. So
Yeah.
since and we go to the stadium, we was member, ticket holder, season ticket holder from the stadium before. So, I mean, we are really passionate about the club, about the football club, and not especially about players. And is what we see as a difference when we have some local fans sometimes, but doesn't mean we don't integrate them. We welcome them as much as we can actually, and we welcome everybody who's a PSG fan all around the world and based in Singapore. Please, they are all welcome. The people who will see the podcast, you are all welcome to join us if you love PSG. Don't worry, and if you don't know all the story of the club, anyway, we have members here since many years fan who can also give you some information. So the point is that yes, mostly French because of the background and know the impact of all the money arrive and the flow of the money has not real big impact on the population of the fan club of Paris in Singapore.
Okay, so let's talk about the league now. Playing in the league, Gibson, tell us. We'll start with you.
Yeah.
What's it like playing in the league and the level of the league? Maybe you can share about that as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, right? So I think I started playing this league when it restarted after COVID, say middle or I think early 2022, maybe April, May kind of period. And
Yeah.
I was quite surprised at how intense the league is actually on a playing level and on a technical level as well. I always tell my friends that this league has a really high technical quality, and you really see it in the opponents, so I can just name really good players in every single team that really push us to the limit, right? And it has been a real pleasure because I believe that playing in this league has helped me to improve my appreciation of futsal, of course, competitive, five-a-side, and improve my fitness quite a lot, and of course, improve my competitive playing experience. So I think in Singapore, what sometimes we don't really have is a good amateur like playing career or leagues that can promote that. Like unlike in other countries, you have really solid amateur teams, whereby they are very well structured. So this is pretty much as close as we can get, for a five-a-side. And I really enjoy the competitiveness and the standard. So I enjoy it so much that I find casual five-a-side games a bit boring because I'm too used to the intensity of the D2D Fan Club League, and the pace of it. So when I play with my friends outside, I find that the pace is too slow and it lacks the intensity and the quality that I much prefer. So my greatest takeaway is that it has helped to improve my game and to make me feel like I'm playing at a higher level.
Okay. Darin and Davin, the both of you are playing for teams that are always at the higher ends of the league. So what's this league like for you and the standard of the league as well? Share with us. Darin first, maybe because
Yeah.
he just became champions.
No, the standard is always been there. There was no one season there was no challenge. Every season there was a challenge. When we started, when U4U, when they first started in the first season, I think they finished second last or last.
Oh
If
yeah, the
I
very
yeah,
first season,
yeah,
yes. Yes.
yeah. So and then they did a revamp, and I came in to the team, and then even then also we were like the level of competition was still there. And I've seen it throughout till date that the level is like we won't go into a game thinking that okay, this we can just slack, because every game is something that we look forward to, and every game gives us a different kind of aspect to our futsal game itself. Uh, Previously there was Marseille,
Yeah.
and their level was very good. So they were like professional futsal players. There's
Mm.
certain a couple of players were very good. And this season, Lightning Tigers and Selangor, they are they until the this is the second last game, and
Yes.
we
You just
because
played the
we
second
won
last.
them, yeah, then we they were neck to neck with us. So uh that's how the level is. I will never doubt the level of competition, and obviously the level of friendliness and the sportsmanship level is also there. So that's why for us, uh we we when we joined the league, initially, when we started to win, we wanted to maintain the level. That's why when we have our players, right, we always wanted the same players to come in every week. Even when we were out of the league, we were so disappointed because uh, even if you go to join the Open League, the representation of United is not as powerful as you play in a fan league,
Mm.
because you're playing against other fan clubs. You see,
Mm.
if you go and play in the Open League and you say you're a United fan club, you're just going to play other amateur teams. But when you play in the fan club, you feel like there is a coalition. There's like all fan clubs come together and challenge. You know that kind of feeling. You even if doesn't matter win or lose, but at the end of the day, is the sense of belonging in, like we participate in a fan club league. That's what we want. That's why I was like even when we changed to MES Devils, I was really wanting to be back at the league, like Russ knows lah. So yeah, the challenge wise and the competition wise, yeah, it's I would say is
Yeah.
up there.
All right, Davin, yourself.
I think for us, when we first joined the league in also 2022, that
Yeah.
point of time we were playing at Changi.
Yeah, correct.
I think we joined the league not thinking that we were going to win.
Okay.
We came in because you see, that point of time we had at least every game 15, 20 players coming.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so we wanted to turn our casual futsal to a more intensified style of playing, which of course we did, because 36 minutes a game, it's not easy. But after we won that first season, then we were like, okay, you know what, it is something that we want to carry on. So that's what we did. Then of course teams like Marseille came in who gave us a run. Not forgetting, of course, PSG, Lyon, all the other teams, MU as well. I mean, every team gave us a run, basically. So, yeah, the challenge is there. It's fun as well, because sometimes after playing years with each other, sometimes it becomes a joke while playing the game. But yeah, I think everybody will agree like that. For that 36 minutes, we give all up.
Mm.
Yeah, and
And
Ras,
Yes, then tell me.
yes, I just want to add something because it's also a link to what you mentioned before, the challenge to get players, etc. When before playing this kind of league, it's difficult to explain. Yeah, it will be 2 times 18 minutes. They say, oh, I will not travel so far just to play short time. but they don't realize the intensity associated to the game. And as soon as you're part of it, is linked to what you say, Narine, is also, of course, the feeling of representing your club. And that you really feel proud of that, and it's creating the attraction weeks after weeks to continue. And that's why we are here since 2019, because of course we understood that, and we trying to grow also with the team and making a more competitive team years by years versus what we had at the beginning, a bit same as you, Davin, like 16 or 18 players coming just to play like 1 or 2 minutes, which was funny, but at the end it's completely inefficient. Now more and more we increase our levels after all the season, which is good. But yes, for people who are outside the league, they don't understand the difference between the casual futsal you can do with your friend or with or even your team, but just to train, versus the league where it's shorter, but in terms of intensity and technicity, way higher.
But I just want to add, I think the one thing that gives, I mean, especially us local clubs is gives us a boost is when you see the club we are representing, players come and support.
Yes.
You know, so that one makes a lot of difference because, of course, they can be training or they have other things going on, but they take the time, travel just to watch 36 minutes of the beautiful game. So I think that also gives a boost to the team that, hey, you know what, the players are here to watch. Let's put on a good game for them.
Yeah. Gibson, have you had that before? Where members of Lion City Sailors have come down to watch your team play?
I don't remember
Officials
the
or
themselves,
players?
but the CEO did come down a couple of times to watch us.
Oh, yes.
Quite early
Especially
on.
when we were playing in Changi, right?
That's
I
right.
remember.
That's
Yeah.
right. But you see, right, the thing is that we have to balance our results. You see, so right now, as the standard of the league is high, we have to compete very hard. So sometimes, we are worried we can't get a positive result. So we are working on improving the team further before actually, getting the players down to come and support us. Because it's difficult to ask players come down to watch you get whacked, lah. Which happens sometimes because of the standard of the league so high. For example, in the last recent game, MUS beat Sengao like 11-1
Yes.
or something. And that's the top two teams, you see. So the scoreline doesn't reflect how much goes into the game. So that's something we bear in mind. But of course, we really enjoy playing this league. I think for myself, I think I've played close to 80 games in this league already.
Wow. Keeping stats, not bad.
I mean, there's nothing to keep track of but that, right? I mean, that's one thing good about the league is that we keep, in our team, we keep track of goal stats, assist stats, card stats, just to see how we improve, lah. I mean, individual metrics matter in a competitive setting. So, I'm proud to say that I will probably hit 100 games for the crew at some point.
Okay. Where does Eddie stand in the card stats?
Eddie has 2 red cards, I think. Two or 3 red cards. I think 3, but I think also one thing to say is that it has helped him to understand his temper better. So sometimes competition brings out our nature, and he is able to understand that sometimes he gets a bit too worked up, lah. Yeah, which happens, this league. Sometimes negative things happen, and we have to learn how to improve ourselves.
Okay. Mike, yourself, Milan have had ups and downs in this league. You've been champions sometimes and not had too good a season after that. How's it like playing in the league?
It's as I mentioned before, it's for us it's very good to be competitive. Although I do agree. I mean, for myself personally, my honest opinion is I just started in 2022 after pandemic whatsoever in Changi.
Yeah.
And you can really see there is a massive difference from the first league level, which was already quite high, especially after 2 years of basically amateur, not doing any type of fitness except like going running by yourself or staying in the gym. And now, wow, it's really another game, which is good because it keep you up. If you have the anger of improving, obviously it's beautiful because you, as Gibson mentioned, you improve your stamina, you improve your technique, you improve your your playing skills and so on. So yeah, it's amazing. Although, Ras, just my honest opinion, the best league is when you have League One and League Two, because then you can like, there is the best scenario, because you can really balance out the skill level.
I was going to get to that point as well. Yeah, I agree. I feel that is also because everyone here now is talking about the league being competitive and it's of high level and all. Someone listening into this and they're part of a new fan club, or the fan club just joining and to get a team together, they might get scared of the league, because they might think, oh my God, this level is too high for us, too good for us. So having two divisions, I think, is good, because when we had two divisions, the better teams were all in one division. The not too good ones were in the other divisions. You didn't get like a landslide defeat, and someone getting stuffing of their life, a team getting a stuffing of their life. So there's always that I have the ability then to let those that are not so good play together and be at about the same level, and those that are very good play at the same level. So yes, that's something I'm endeavoring towards for the upcoming season. Hopefully, as I said, hopefully the other fan clubs can also all support and come back in, and then we can have two divisions. I think that's what is needed.
Yeah, I think we need more teams overall in general, just more
Yeah,
teams, and it
correct.
will create a challenging championship, even if it's one or two leagues, I don't know, but at least we need more teams. Especially, we had so many teams in the past who was here from Italy. I remember the Juventus was here, for example, or whatever. So it can be good. Even Manchester City, if I remember during COVID times. So it's just making more teams. And if we have that, it will make the interest, and everybody can find the right level for the level of the team. And anyway, step by step, we increase. For example, for PSG, we are here since so many years, and we didn't have the chance yet to be champions, but we are looking forward.
Yeah, but your level has increased. I have to add that as well. That from the time you started, the consistency has enabled you to increase your level, because even though you have not won the league title, you've always been there and abouts. Maybe you finished third. You've had seasons where
Never
you finished third.
relegated. They were never relegated.
Yeah, never relegated when we had two divisions, and you were always like third. At some points in some seasons, you were even leading the table. And then, of course, you dropped off, but you didn't drop off so bad. So from where you were in the first season to where you are now, I think the improvement is a lot. And that's all got to do with consistency. Because some teams, they see after, 2 seasons or so, they don't see the results. Then they get disheartened, they go out of the league. And then that's it. They lose that ability to build and get better.
Can I just add something quickly? I mean, I must say something to PSG. It's notable that PSG has guys who are a little bit more senior in their 40s. So it's really commendable to see, the guys come together and really play the game of their lives week in, week out. I mean, like Thomas, Roman, and Stan, yourself, even, I think
you go maybe.
Kayo-san.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. Damien, really giving us really powerful games. We really respect the determination and the passion for the game. And sometimes we look at you guys and think that in 10 years time we want to continue to play in this league like some of you guys.
But just a comment, Ras, about that, because it's very important for us. That's linked to what I said before. For us, it's really a fan club of people who are fans from PSG since many, many years. So for us, we are really proud to make the jersey, to have our own jersey, because you see, we have a special one with our local sponsor. So even the local sponsor is very happy to see our progression and our commitment to the league. So anyway, step by step, that's why also we are able to get improvement, because we have consistency and commitment by the guys. You're right.
Okay. One other thing also about the atmosphere in the league. I remember when we had the Hulls in the league, Ultras Eagles in the league, we had quite an atmosphere in the game, because those two fan clubs really created a stadium-like atmosphere at the games with their songs.
I think you should bring them back.
Yeah, I hope they can come back. because it's very unlike other fan clubs. Because most of the time you are all more focused on the game, but they come, they have fun. In fact, like especially for in the case of pools, they come there, they have fun, they enjoy, they sing the songs of their club, and yeah, and then they move on. I think that's a good spirit to have as well. But talking about that, any of your fan clubs teams have any pre-match rituals besides the usual, maybe going through your tactics, who's going to start, who's going to play here, who's going to play there? Besides that, any other pre-match rituals? Anyone?
Can I
Usually we
say
are
mine?
worrying.
Pardon?
Usually we want to make sure that there's 5 people to start with, lah. Do we have 5 people? Do we have our keeper? We make sure of that first.
Sending out the message, hey guys, it's Friday. It's the day if we want to postpone the match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe as for us, the ritual is more after the game. So what we like is we like to gather all together after the game to take a beer or just a drink in general, to debrief, but also to speak about the PAG result or the fan club activities. So we like to do that also after the game.
Okay. And then on that note also, how do you all keep the rest of your the fan clubs, how do you all keep your players engaged post-match? Are there any, like, do you all arrange any like viewing parties to watch your club play?
I think for LCS we do that. We actually as a crew team we arrange games to LCS. In between our games we actually spend quite a bit of time going through our match footage, looking at our positives and negatives and how we can work on it. Because by analyzing this, then we learn how to make better decisions on the pitch, and also to improve our tactical gameplay. So that is very pleasing to us, because very often if you a lot of
You froze for a
Goodbye,
moment now.
Jason.
cup footage, you have a video review, right? There's no question of whose fault it is, or who did well in that scenario. Yeah.
Okay, so I get the post-match review. For a moment you froze, so I'm just piecing the
Okay.
pieces together. So I get it. You do a post-match review. Okay.
Yeah, so what we have been able to do is to collect clips of our good games, the good goals, and basically keep it for memories, because our playing career won't last forever. And then sometimes I'll show it to my children, to my other friends and family. Then we can have additional enjoyment outside of the game, and actually you can also attract family and other fans to come and watch the game with these sort of footage and videos.
Okay. Naren, yourself, do you all come together to watch United play?
Yeah, we used to do it more often than now. Usually the big games we'll
Not so sad.
like meet up in our
I sound
we meet up in our
I can empathize with you. Yes.
you can feel the sorrow in my voice, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we use this opportunity to meet up like a bonding session. We meet up at a friend's place or a pub. Then we used to watch the games. Like last 2 seasons more frequent. This season not yet, but we go for prata session or something like that lah. But haven't watched United game this season yet, because every time we're not gonna go back home very happy lah.
Naren, Naren, Raz, I
No,
must say
if
something.
if it's a United joke, I don't want to hear.
No. I really enjoy watching United nowadays. Actually, if you are going to organize, you can ask me. I will surely come. I like watching United now.
You will get
We have a
you get
collaboration there lah.
you'll get a blanket party after that.
Yeah, it's really funny to watch nowadays.
Mike,
What to do?
Yes, sir.
yourself. I mean, I know Serie A football not easy to get, especially this season. It's not even on TV. So how do the Milan fans, get together or have what do you all do post
Okay,
match?
so yeah, let's not talk about this season because we cannot say how we watched the match because obviously there is no match in Singapore. So let's keep it like this.
We have a way. I know. I also have a way of watching, but let's not talk about it here.
But the previous years and maybe also this year's, it's very tough because like most of the actually since AC Milan is now American ownership, I have noticed that the match are for American audience. So you would find most of the matches at very late at night. So a few of us, there is like we have a group chat with about 40, 45 people inside, and no matter which match or whatever, there is always like people chatting at weird time. So we just wake up, turn on our TVs, smartphone, whatever, VPN, and so on, and just watch the match. But still, there is San and another guy. I don't remember the name. I'm so sorry. Apology. They always meet at a McDonald's in Ang Mo Kio or I don't know where, and that's the ritual. So them two, they just open an iPad and go at the McDonald's and watch the match at any given time. It could be like 7 p.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever.
Nice.
So this is kudos to them. Yeah.
Nice. Davin, sorry. Mike, you got something else to say?
No. Just in terms of the match, our end of ritual is just debrief. Give ourselves like a round of applause because, even we do bad, there is always something positive to take out. And a shootout to PSG. This is something I've noticed. I used to stay in Telok Kurau, so from Charis, I just ride my bicycle, and I always saw you at the next to Little Lite. I don't know what's the place, having your beer.
Mm-hmm.
And now sometimes I still see you at the Titzer shop just opposite. Like this is something you guys I really appreciate about you guys, and something I wish we could do the same because it's very good just to have a beer and just chit chat not only about the match of how is your life, how is your work, how you doing, like it's really 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 good for you guys.
Okay, Davin, yourself, I know your players are a lot in nightlife. So is there where you guys meet up, have a bonding session?
Yeah, most of the time over a whiskey or two.
Yeah. Or three.
We try to go for the Bleste games.
Yeah, I know.
And then, I think mainly either we're meeting at a bar or the stadium. But I think our pre-match ritual is quite simple. Whoever scores the most goals doesn't have to pay.
Oh. For the season or for that match?
For every match.
Okay.
Whoever is the highest scorer for the game doesn't pay. So sometimes that gives them the motivation to, push. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, and of course your standard briefing and debrief before and after game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
And I think for those people who are watching this, you might not know, but Davin is actually the Jose Chilavert of this league. How many goals have you scored? Have you kept track? As a goalkeeper, he's a goalkeeper.
I think 9.
Quite a number of goals.
I think it's about 8 or 9.
Look at that.
8 or 9.
Not bad. How many times have you not had to pay?
I can't remember.
Okay, not bad. That's quite good. Okay.
Come on, Davin is so big. Davin, how tall are you?
I'm 199, 2 meters basically.
Wow.
What the heck? And he's so big. It's we are always commenting how it's impossible to score against him because he's so big. He covers basically the whole goal. And he shoots super hard with both feet.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. He's got powerful shots. Yeah.
Raj, if I can add something after.
Pardon?
Yes, sorry, just to add something because I didn't mention something important for us. We like to gather as a team after the game, but also we like to engage our fan club members who are not playing football because they are very interesting also by the result of the team, and so we have a lot of time dinner in our sponsor Brasero restaurant. So where we have the team players, but also the members who are here, and we share about the PSG in general, and of course the result of the fan club. And some of us, we have the chance to go time to time to Paris in the stadium to watch the game. For example, lucky me, I'm just back from Paris. I watch PSG Manchester City, which was an amazing game. So
Nice. Yeah.
lucky me. Luckily, there's no Manchester City guy here, so it's okay. I can
Good
talk about
result.
it.
Good result. Love
No,
it.
but and that was organized with the fan club. So we had few members from the fan club who flew from Singapore to Paris for the game, and it was organized also with the club, the PSG club in Paris. So all of that. So it's this kind of activity after for the game. We have the same challenge as you, Michael. Huh? The game at 4 a.m. is a challenge, and watching it also with on TV is a challenge. But we have the same, but we don't say everything about how we can watch the game. It's another story.
Yeah,
But
because French
yes.
League is also not on TV now this season.
That's
Yes.
why we keep quiet on that. But the most
Yeah.
important is for the big game, yes, especially on the Champions League, we try our best to gather together to watch it. Yes.
Okay. And aside from football, any of your fan clubs involved in any charity work or social work outside of football? Maybe once a year you have some charity drive or some kind of initiative.
Yeah. We for the crew, right? We participate in the Tasek Sailors uh charity tournament, which is once a year, and our team will usually raise a couple of $1,000, which then adds on to the Tasek funds. I think they raise about like a good six figures, 100 to 200K kind of thing every year. So I think for us that's a pretty big thing. That we will participate. It's usually a 7 or 8 aside tournament, and we will send crew members and form a team, and then there will be corporate teams as well. So I think the patron for the Tasek Sailors initiative is actually Miss the Mrs. Starman. Yeah, the
Oh,
first lady. Yeah, so I think we look forward to that every year, sometime in May and July. And then of course when we can we will come and join your Food for Heart fundraising as well that you have. Yeah.
okay. So this Tasek tournament, can any of the other fan clubs join as well?
Yeah. I mean, they can. It usually comes with a donation amount, which is I mean, of course, in the thousands range lah. So usually there'll be about 20 to 25 teams, very competitive. But having said that, right, I find that the standard of our league is higher than the
Okay.
the charity tournament. Honestly speaking,
It's
because we do
supposed to
pretty
be that
well.
because it's charity. It's supposed to be chilled out.
No, there's nothing chilled out. I mean, just as Eddie always tells me he thinks that the fan club is supposed to be friendly. After 2 games, I told him there's nothing friendly about this league. Okay, during the games, it's war almost every single game. So you have to focus on the gameplay first, then you worry about making friends later. Yeah.
Yeah. Ideally, I would love that. Um, Naren, Davin, you guys involved in any charity work for your fan club?
Um, Leicester used to have they call it the international series. We played them. We played at the point that Topario Stadium was still around before they shut.
Okay.
So there were teams from like Gunners. I think there was the Air Force team, RS Falcons. I think you were there as well, but
Hmm. Yeah, I
uh,
remember there.
yeah. So we used to play that, and then but the thing now is with Topario Stadium under renovation, so it's a bit lessened down.
Hmm.
But I'm sure more will come up in the future. And of course,
Okay.
we would love to be part of it with the
All
whole
right.
team as well.
Naren, yourself?
For us, previously under U4U, we took part in a few charity tournaments, and we also hosted a charity tournament. We invited the Arsenal, Spurs, Everton fan clubs, 11-a-side tournament. Like that was way back U4U. I would just I just participated. I wasn't part of the organization. But MES Devils is quite new. Like I think started early end 2022. So nothing of sort yet. So maybe in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Milan? You guys doing anything?
So, to be very frank with you, this is I'm too newbie in the team. I am sure 100% Basil has done something with his. I mean, Basil is Playgroup, our sponsor. Whoever was asking about the red light, yes, it's him. Playbox, and he does charity, but I cannot go into detail.
Okay.
I cannot say. But I would add to this, Raz, you can have a big part on this. If as D2D you want to create anything for charity or something like this, I am 100% sure we will be more than glad to join.
Yeah,
That's
I always
for
do
sure.
that annually. So yeah, look out for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
As maybe sorry, I will just mention because there is something which is important for us. You see, we see every time we play, we have our own jersey. So what's happened is we make a partnership with Causes for Animals Singapore. So every kit we are selling, we give money to the association, which is supporting dogs here in Singapore. And yes, you will be surprised, but in average, every season we sell more than 60 kits. 60. Because yes, so and you see, you don't have 60 players. So the point is, in the fan club, people are also very feeling proud of the team in Singapore. So it's a kind of things they like to keep from Singapore as a good memory. But yes, so it's one of the action. That's why it's here on the jersey. Every time we are selling one jersey, we give some money to the association, and all the team members and all they are very happy with that. And after we have also some spot activities. When we make some food collection, for example, and a donation. For example, at one time we saw a guy on the newspaper was wearing a PSG jersey. We are making food collection. So as soon as we saw the PSG jersey, we tried to contact him, and with him after we make one round of collection of food. So yes, this kind of things we are doing it, but the most recent one is with the Dog Association.
All right, nice. Okay, I think most of you have mentioned links to the parent club. For Milan, do you have any links to AC Milan in Italy?
Okay, again, very spicy question. Unfortunately, not directly. Okay. Milan Club in Singapore is self-founded in a way. We do not have any direct link.
Okay.
Italy bureaucracy, let's not get into that. But a good thing is when 2021 to 22 Scudetto was won. There was Daniele Massaro who went around and with the Scudetto Cup, and he passed by Singapore and did a presentation at the Puma shop in Orchard, and few members of the team actually went and meet Daniele Massaro and introduced as we are the fan club and so on and so forth. That was one. And another one very proud about is when it was the final match of that season as well. Actually, AC Milan contacted us through Instagram for a very brief video of the celebration in Singapore and so on. And then there's been a celebrative video posted on the social media officially from AC Milan, and there were us celebrating actually at Rossovino down in Robertson Quay.
Yeah, I remember that. The day after you had a league game.
I don't remember. I just remember
it was in Changi. You had a league game after that. I remember because he hurt me badly, so I had to see y'all and congratulate y'all. So I remember that.
So I just remember, we were down in Robertson Quay, and same thing. It was like a night game, and at some point they were like, "Okay, guys, get away because police is coming." Okay, fine, bye.
Okay, Naren, are you guys still connected to Manchester United Supporters Club?
We are connected to U4U, but the actual club.
I believe you guys are members, right, of the Supporters Club?
Yeah. We need to buy a membership every year, and we still are the members of the club U4U. But U4U, United for United, the Manchester United Supporters Club, are officially the Singapore connection to Manchester United. So they are the official club in Singapore. Yeah, so we are just an extension of them, but we are members of You for You.
Okay. And would you guys want to see more local fan clubs arising in the scene?
Of course, I know so many fans, even like I don't want to name what clubs are, but they have 11 aside games. They come down with 18, 20 players, but they cannot. I don't know what are the reasons, but they cannot be saying that they cannot have a futsal team. So I hope that whoever's listening can join this league because there's I mean the it's a fixed day and it's after your work and a bunch of friendly guys you can have fun and I think it's more about representation. If you can go down to a 11 side game and have a 11 side game and hang out with your friends and you can do the same at the futsal pitch with a lesser number. Actually, it's easier to get this number. Yeah. Previously there was if I'm not wrong, Arsenal, Everton, Man City,
Yes.
Liverpool. So many of the EPL teams were actually involved in the fan club. So there
Yeah.
are still they are active but just not playing in the league. So if they can come back, then it'll be nice to see like some EPL rivalry also.
Yeah, true. That's
Yeah,
true. Hopefully,
yeah,
that's why I'm
yeah.
taking this extra step right now where I'm
Mm.
just trying to locate fans and try and get them together to represent their fan club in the league. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Because, every single season, I tell you, I'm approaching every one of the fan clubs that I know through Instagram or through personal contact. If I have the representatives contact, I do approach them. But a lot of times it comes back negative and no, we don't have enough members. Like Naren has explained, for 11 aside game, you can have 18, 20 players. Why? And you have, in fact, more than that. Some of these fan clubs have even more than that members. How come you can't just form maybe just 5 aside? The whole idea of this league being 5 aside is because it's easier to form a 5 aside team than an 11 aside team. So that's the idea behind it being 5 aside. So, why not? So this is something that's puzzling to me.
Okay,
And
maybe Ras, I can give an answer. It's because the nature of the competition, because the nature of the demands of the competition is actually pretty big. So if you have teams that are coming in and they do not have they do not get positive results, it is very difficult to sustain. So for example, Who's, for example, right? They came in and they maybe played 4 seasons, um, and they were a great addition to the league. But you will be surprised they only won maybe like 1 or 2 games a season,
yeah,
which is very hard to justify. Bringing people down, maybe like 10 players to come and lose every week essentially. So when you have that gulf in results, right? Then they have to reevaluate and say, can our time be put better elsewhere? And then that is the feedback that sometimes I've gotten speaking to Elvin or the other captains, is that they give everything to make the team work and come down for the games, but the results do not justify the effort. And that's just the nature of the competition. It is that competitive.
how
Yeah.
do we
So
bridge this
so
gap then? What suggestions you have?
But that also means, right? The nature of the competition is there because if there's more clubs, right? Like Aras was saying, then you can separate into Division 1 and Division 2. Then where if it's a new team, you can go into Division 2 and start from there. But now that there are lesser teams, and that's why there is a difference in the competition.
but you see right now,
So
the
yeah,
I agree with you, but you see, right, when for example Milan or Crew, right, we go up to Division 1, right?
yeah,
You may not have realized this, but we have lost every single game in that season before. No, we go for 10 games, we lose 10 games. So it's very
mm,
hard to retain players after that season, for example, and then there's a lot of negativity that we have to deal with as a team. And then there are people who experience the same thing in Division 2. So it's like, it's a vicious cycle because you want to compete, but then the standard is high, and then if you have winners, you have losers. Yeah, so that's just how the nature of the league works.
Yeah, that's competition anyways.
I think for new fan clubs that want to come in, right, that have never played before, I would say like there's no harm coming in. Like look at this season, Leverkusen that came in. First time ever. I think they won probably 1 or 2 games. But every game they have the spirit to play because they love the sport so much.
That's their first season, bro. You may not see them beyond this season.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they come back next season. But you got to give it to them. You see, every game they at least come with at least 8-9 players, and they are doing their level best. I mean, for new fan clubs to come in if you don't try, you won't know. You know what I mean?
And Ras, maybe one thing you can add to attract new teams is also to give an additional format on the league. What I mean by that is, of course, you have the Monday night competitive league, but you can create a spot event, which is a cup for one afternoon, and you bring all the team the same spot for the full afternoon. The game is shorter. It will be 5 or 7 minutes, or I don't know. We discuss the format, and all the team are on the same spot afternoon, and after organizing a big dinner together, and it's more like a community and social football. And after we have a trophy, of course, but it will leverage a bit more for this competition. It will not change the league, but it can attract also some additional team to be part of it. It's just an idea like that. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. I don't know, but
That's a good idea.
Drawing from the experience of working with Ras on the Fit Fives, right? Perhaps in addition to the existing league format that we have, then maybe we can add some health outcomes that the teams can have some metric to draw some credit by, because in Fit Fives, the results are one thing. Narayan will know very well, the results are one thing, but then their own personal health outcomes and goals are also matter. So that will help to keep people in the league, for example, and teams in the league if they have positive outcomes. But of course, this has to be managed, and to see how we can as an additional offering, whether it's something to be considered or not. But I think looking at the Fit Fives, there are people who continue to stay because it matters to their health, which is something great that football does. Mental health especially, because one thing I noticed about Monday game, because Monday is usually stressful for everybody, right? It's usually back to work stressful, but the Monday game takes the stress out of Monday.
Yeah.
You look forward to the game basically the whole Monday, and then you play, you sweat it out, then you chill with your friends, and then Tuesday becomes a lighter day. Yeah, so that's what I love about the Monday games, to be honest. Yeah, so the health aspect is something that if Ras, you're looking to breach that, that the outcomes that teams get, because if you either win or lose, and you lose most of the time, you're gonna find it hard to keep teams. So like teams like Geylang, teams like Juventus, teams like Lyon. Lyon is a really good team, but once they have had some problems maintaining the number of players and then maintaining the result, at some point they were really falling down the table. Then they said, okay, maybe next season we don't continue. So that is the thing that kind of keeps teams, dropping out.
Okay.
And as you can also organize in between season some friendly game for some additional fan club who want to be part of the league to test, in between. Just say, okay, you take, I don't know, you ask a Milan team, okay, next Monday we have one team who want to come to test. Are you able to play? Yes, no. And if yes, and after making some rotation, not always the same team to do the friendly, but at least it gives a flavor about what is a game to the potential candidate to join the team.
Yeah, I'd say Leverkusen this season wanted to do that. I was looking for an opponent for them because some weeks, if you notice, there's only one game because it's a postponed match, and that only one match is playing. We have a slot for at least two more games to be played. So yeah, there is certainly gaps there that we can fill.
the other thing that I can just humbly suggest is because like you have built such a big network of players and teams really actually. One thing you could maybe continue to work on is maybe a contact list whereby we can actually interact with each other, because right now we interact with each other maybe on games day, not really outside. That will be our own initiative, but maybe a community whereby all the captains and all the past players can still follow up with the league, and then if they are interested, at least come back as a player in another team or set up their own team and things like that to be in touch with the league. And then for the other thing that I was just thinking about, because it's the NBA All-Star weekend, I've always fancied playing in a D2D All-Star team, I mean, probably on the bench, but if there was one, we'd be happy to have an event, something like that, a D2D All-Stars, playing against the internationals or fielding a D2D All-Star team in the eights, for example. Initiatives like that will keep the captains as friends. Actually, the captains will stay friends and relish playing against each other. I must say that I really enjoy playing against all you guys here, and I look forward to. I mean, playing with Mike initially was quite irritating, lah. He's so vocal and he's so violent. But then after a while, we appreciate each other and we become friends. So I always look for him at his workplace when I'm nearby.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adding
Thanks for
adding on
sharing
to
those
this,
ideas. Pardon?
no, just adding on to this. Again, for whoever is listening to this, yeah, it's true. We are vocal. We put 110% in the pitch. Sometimes it's physical. I won't say violent. It's physical. Like we play football. I always say we're not ballerinas, right? If not, we go to the gym and play ballerina. No, we play football. Okay, so it's a physical sport. But what I like is, except very seldom situation, end of the game, that's it. It's over. It's like a rugby mindset. Like the third time, we shake hands and that's it. We're all
Yeah,
friends.
yeah,
We're all
yeah.
friends. And going back to Rishi, that's how it started with Rishi. We were playing against each other, like shouting at each other, F this, F that. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
end of the game, shake hands. Hey, let's go have a beer. Yeah, sure, why not? Done. This is what I think is outstanding about this league, because yes, we talk about competitiveness. I'm so sorry, it's not my language, but it's very high. But at the end of the day, we created bond between each other. Like I enjoy come and see
Respect.
you and shake hands. Yes.
And
Yeah.
Michael, just to complete, I fully agree with you. And for the people who are watching the video, honestly, you cannot imagine how much proud you can have to wear your football team jersey on a Monday night. You're right, Gibson. All day long, you are waiting for the game. As soon as you put the jersey, you feel part as a professional player of the team. So that is really a feeling which is amazing. And all the team have the same feeling, I guess. So for all the potential candidate to join the league, consider that, and you are very welcome, because we need you to increase also the full landscape of fan club in Singapore. So please join us on this league. You will like it. It will be tough. It will be intense, but you will take a lot of pleasure from that.
Because at the end of the day, it's about representation.
Exactly.
Representing your club, and then you feel proud of playing for your team. And when you post that you're playing, you take a team photo and all that, then other United fans will be like, "Oh, that's nice, you guys are doing well." So they feel proud in supporting the futsal team also. So it's a give and take lah. So it comes down to representation.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that's
Mm.
a nice way to end the show. But before I go, any of you got any future plans for your clubs? It's a very
Yes.
big question.
Yes, we have one to win the league. Is it a good one?
Okay.
We have one
Milan?
to win again.
Yeah. Win again. Yeah, I know you've come close. You've come close. I noticed that.
3 times.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully let's see how that goes. Gibson?
Yeah, I mean, we look forward to playing with you guys again in the upcoming season. The season's ending. This Monday we'll see you guys, and then we hope to continue, and hopefully we have enough teams to form maybe
He froze again.
Yeah.
and then
so-
hopefully
Jason.
yeah, we have more games to learn from each other. I really enjoyed the competition. Really, it has helped to up my game a lot.
Yeah. Naren, you're
For
muted.
us, is hopefully we will continue next season also lah. So it's about also about sustainability. We want to challenge and play well, and then hopefully we can continue next season. That's about
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
If your team is not continuing, let us know. We are happy to recruit your players also.
Russ would not be happy though.
To hear that, yeah. All right. Guys, thank you very much for sharing all your thoughts and suggestions, even, and about the background of your teams, of your different fan clubs. It's been an extensive call and extensive talk. In fact, this probably, I think, in the history even of Backpass with Russ, I think I had the most number of guests on the show in this episode on Red Dot Rondo. So yeah, thanks a lot. It's been fun. So for me, it's been like, I'm flitting in and out as a organizer of the league and a host of the show. So I've had to wear two hats at one time. So yeah, it's me, Ras, now signing off. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.